are listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
Goof On Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Goof On Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. Merry Christmas, Goofonians, friends, and family. How is everybody on this Christmas night? I can't believe we're here tonight. Will you be scared if there was something that would be a fright? It had to rhyme, that's all I got. Welcome to Goof On Christmas Show, everybody. Hope you had a wonderful day, like I did. The most beautiful day is being born, going to the family and open presents. It was fun. Although for the last 3 Mondays or Tuesdays, I've been getting sick. And today, it was about to happen. I thought I was going to... but I didn't. And it just happened to be my blood sugar crashed. I took this glipizide pill, which I used to take, and I always told the doctor, it makes me sick. So we tried it again. And I fell asleep and didn't eat. And I missed the whole morning. I was supposed to do stuff, and I slept 6 hours. And my mother woke me up. She's like, "Where are you?" I'm like, "Oh, Mom, my God, I can't believe it's just after 3. I go, "I fell asleep. I missed everything." I go, I'll be over by 4. I got there a little bit before, and I didn't eat. I missed it. I slept. I got my medication, came home. I said, okay, let me sit down for a second. And that was it. And I'd never ate. I should have eaten twice. So when I got there, I was so lethargic and felt slightly nauseous. So I'm thinking, uh-oh, the gallbladder didn't help. I'm going to throw up, I think. I didn't feel like it. So I had a couple of pieces of bread while they're eating crab legs and spaghetti and shit. And I'm like, starting to feel better. So I ate a little bit more bread. Next thing you know, I'm eating crab legs, spaghetti. I felt fine. So I passed the gallbladder test for this Monday/Tuesday when I was getting sick every week. So I think we're on the mend. And I can't thank you all for your Christmas wishes and well wishes. Thank you very, very much. Guys, I mean, being on this end and receiving all that love, it's a little humbling. It's a little humbling. And this picture isn't going through. Actually, I have a fantastic photo that I'm going to put up in the background. I got to do this real quick. It's okay. It's all right. But you'll see why. And you'll be like, oh, that is awesome. Wait, hold on. Maybe not. All right, maybe it is. All right, here we go. There's the background for tonight. It finally went through. All right. Oh, no, it didn't go through. It says having trouble. Now, I had a trouble loading up the show. It took about 11 minutes for it to load up. And it kept giving me an error message. There's something wrong with the wording in your title. I'm like, give me a break. So I copied and pasted and put a normal title in that's been approved. Came back, said the same thing. I'm like, something's going on with my StreamYard connection to YouTube. It's weird. All right. So I'm sending. Oh, I already sent it. All right. So it should be up here. It'll pop up when we're just doing the show. I don't know why this connection isn't working that well with StreamYard. So I am going to try another streaming service. We used Melon before, about a year ago. I'm going to go back to it. It's only $25 instead of $60. That's what we pay for StreamYard, $60 a month. Isn't that amazing? It's so stupid, too, because it doesn't always work. Come on. All right, I know. His roll call, all that shit. Where's this? Okay, we'll do it again. It should be there. It's telling me it's not. Let's try it now. Ah, there it is. Okay. This is festive. It just doesn't have who should be in it. I can't even do roll call. I gotta, all right, I'll do roll call first. Put in the video and then put up. But in the meantime, let me switch this out. Because I don't want to look at the Ouija board. Here, let's get a little Christmas cheer. There we go. All right, who's here? Who the heck is here? Jeanette Angel. Welcome to the show, the Angel of Goof on. Dorothy Hawkins. What do you say? Dit.55 on X. Welcome to the show. Bob Perkins, because two B's are better than one. Bob Perkins, everybody. Sky Allen. What do you say? How do you be, Mr. S.A.? I got an itch right there. There we go. I think it was a tag. Sean, welcome to the show. Thor Pank. How you doing, man? Welcome. Ms. DJ, it's good to see they DJ. It's Donovan and Bob, Intergalactic Angler, and Derek Faulkner and Glenn Collins. It's Stu Gerson and Samo friends. It's welcome to the show tonight. There's Sean and Nathan from the Quantum Place. It's Moody Mongol and Marcel. And we all know who you are. You can only hide so long. I knew the other day. Josie underscore is always a hey. Thomas Robert says it was raining today, which it was, and Martin thinks so too. Welcome to the show, everybody. Jeff Gavi, welcome. I don't know much about nothing, but all I know is to sing an intro has never been done before. Huh? It's always a first here. We're the ones who always do things first. And if you want to help support the show, we are supported by you, believe it or not. So if you like the show, you think we're doing a good job, we're heading the right direction, we tell the truth. Super chat, super sticker, PayPal, Cash App. All the links are in the show description. I don't like that I know that. It bothers me. Memorized it like that. You know what I mean? That's all you're about is money. That's all he cares about. Yeah, says the guy who's got praise the cash. Jeanette Angel throwing down the £5, 5 quid super duper chat. Thank you very much. It's a super sticker. Look at you changing it up. Thank you. I know you love me. But thank you very much for the £5, 5 quid super sticker. Mucho gusto, generoso. That's how you do it. Sean did it. £10, 10 quid. Hey, happy Christmas to you and your family. How about them apples? Sean with £10. Giddy up. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Mucho gusto. Generoso. Mr. Sean. To you and your family, bro. Thank you very much. Hey, Ben, the Yorkshire Griffonian, throwing down a £2, 2 quid super dono. It's the first love without, we know. Thank you very much, Ben. As always, a continuing supporter of Goof On. Mucho gusto, generoso. And he brings it here because what do? We do truthology. Oh, that's truthology for you, phology. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Ben. Hey, Poner Houston. What do you say? How do you be? It's time. Hey, it doesn't matter if it's Christmas. All right. What matters is that you know it's Christmas and that you won't accept things like this guy says.
The Department of Defense, ironically enough, to finish the very mission they gave me in the first place. I didn't ask for it. I'm not a UFO guy. I'm not a ufologist. I never have been. I never will be. I'm a counterterrorism and counterespionage guy. I do counterintelligence, counterinsurgencies. That's what I do. And it just so happens that in 2008, I was asked to apply those same skill sets into the
UFO community. Just a little bit of a reminder. Wow. Did you see that? A little bit of a reminder. A little bit of a reminder. I'm still feeling like I'm going to misspeak. Remember speak and spell? F-O-X. Spells box. Right? H-A-I-D-R-Y-E-R. Hair dryer. You're like, Jesus. Remember the speak and spell? That thing scared the shit. Even though it was just talking. Man, that thing was weird. Speak and spells were freaking the dawning age of touch and speak, right? Texting. You type stuff in. I want bacon and eggs. It's got this computerized voice. I always thought it was an angry voice. I want to see what the speak and spell looked like. Let's pull one up. A speak and spell on YouTube. Let's see. Speak and spell. Remember that? Oh, here it is. Oh my God. It's exactly like I remembered it. Yeah, every kid got one. Except me. You want to know why? Want to know why? Because I could spell already and I didn't need that. I was very good at spelling as a young child. I didn't need it. I go, but I like it. Well, your neighbor Billy's got one. Listen to his. Check it out. That's so cool. I love the noises. What? What'd he say?
Spell leisure.
Leisure.
L-E-I-S-U.
U-R-E.
That is correct. Now spell discover.
What?
D-I-S-C.
Discard?
O-V.
Discord?
R. You are correct. Next, spell traitor. T-R-E.
Hey!
H.
Uh-oh, he's spelling it wrong.
R. Wrong. Try again.
Ooh! I thought it was meaner back then.
R-E-A-S-U-R-E. That is right. Now try Jeremy.
Okay. You guys, that's what we grew up with. Speak and spell. Man. Well, anyway, thanks for coming here tonight. Tonight, I still want to talk a little bit. I've got a lot of stuff. Tonight's mainly a video night where I'm just going to show a bunch of videos, some UFO videos, some stuff, but it's a lot. And I didn't know what kind of mood I'd be in. Didn't know if I'd feel good. Didn't know if I'd do a show, but I want to do one. So we're going to have fun tonight and look at videos more than we normally do. The number one person, the last three on the Christmas list, the coal list, were Travis Taylor, Jeremy Corbell, and the number one person who gets a coal on the 12 coals of Christmas list that I made up, Lou Angeles, for being a flip-flopper, for being a user and an abuser of people who supported him. Remember, he quit on ufology because nobody came to my phone home. I was like E.T. I had so many people last year. I don't know why people backed out this year. You guys are mean to me. I can't trust anybody. And he left. And he said, I'll be gone maybe 3-4 months. I don't know. And he came back 4 months, 3-4 months later, and still an asshole. Still saying the wrong shit. You know. Just living in a world of lies. That's got to be really weird. To just know that everyone around you is lying and you're one of them. He doesn't care. He knows what he is. Right? Who's this? Josie UK. How you doing? Remember, for 19 months. She got that 19 months ago. Merry Christmas to you. It's almost 2 years in the real world. Thank you, Josie _UK. Awesome. Hey, what'd you get for Christmas? I got an alien figure that goes in the front yard. It's an ornament, like it's all black, and he's doing one of these things. It's gray, you know, and it's, I don't know, 2 feet tall. It's not that big, but I like that. I got an alien blanket. There's aliens on these blankets. I got this barometer. It takes 2 weeks. It's a liquid. It's glass, but it tells you how humid it is, the temperature, and it takes 2 weeks for it to get acclimated to the environment. And it's a liquid with these crystals in it, and apparently it's going to tell me the temperature, humidity, and all that other stuff just by sitting there. So I can't wait to put that in the lanai, although it'll be out of view for me, so I'll keep it in the house. And some other stuff. I say, don't get me clothes, Ma. No clothes. I got 4 shirts. I'm not going to wear those. I don't like them. I didn't say it. But, oh, here's the receipt. If you don't like them, take them back. I love them. Well, you didn't wear the ones I got you last year. And I go, because I don't fit into them. All right. Huh? I watched Die Hard. I watched it. Yeah, I did last week, though. I watched Christmas Story, football. Oh, football. It wasn't that great this year, but the games today were good that I saw. Wasn't there a game on today? Yeah, the Monday Night Football, Dallas. Wasn't that today? That was yesterday. Wait, there was a game I was watching tonight. The Eagles and Giants. Yeah, that's right. The Eagles, they could have lost by the Giants. They did really well. All right, let's get to work. We got a lot of show to do in a short amount of time. All right, I got some stuff up from last couple of shows. Do I really want to talk? I'll save it. For the diabetics out there, we're sponsored by Nos, the energy drink that has guava juice in it or something. Anyway, we're going to pop the cork on this right now because it has the best pop top in the city, in the world. Listen to this one. You got to do it at the right speed. It was almost a perfect pop. Yeah. So next week, we're going to have the New Year's Eve show. I don't know what I'm doing on it yet. I'm thinking about having some guests. Shh. Come on. All right. The phenomenon is real. There are things about this that are really disturbing. I do sort of understand why they don't want to let this stuff out, Tucker Carlson says. And he says it's pretty obvious these are not men from Mars. I still don't know who's telling what to Tucker. Who? Well, we know who. I want to know specifically why Tucker Carlson, who people, half this country believe is a genuine, honest journalist, especially after what he went through. He may be on the right path, but he doesn't know. He doesn't know the backstories of all the things he's hearing. He knows the cover stories. Tucker can't be looked at yet as a credible source for UFO knowledge because he's still learning. Yeah, that's why. He doesn't do it full time, but he's changed a lot in the last few years. So let's listen to what he said here. I don't think I played this. I may have, but I didn't play the whole thing. I'm pretty sure if I did. So I'm playing it because it's in the vein of what we're talking about tonight. UFOs showed up on Christmas instead of Santa, and they got a different kind of gift. And it could be that what we think are aliens are actually spiritual beings that may be what we deem gods or demons.
I think they're informed views. The phenomenon is real. It's been recorded for thousands of years. We know that. There's something buzzing around us in the skies, but also under the oceans, we now know, and probably underground as well. So it's real. The government's lied about it a million different ways, probably for a million different reasons, for at least 80 years. That's also confirmed. They're lying about it now. Who knows what their motives are? And they're also trying to keep a lot of this stuff from being disclosed. That's true.
Yes.
So to those people, it's like it's a psyop. Well, yeah, everything's a psyop. But I know for a dead certain fact, and it's provable, that, say, Mitch McConnell and Speaker Johnson and people who should, and a couple committee chairmen who should all know better, are trying to prevent the UAP Disclosure Act of 2023 from taking effect in a meaningful way. So they are trying to hide it still. That's a fact. My own view is that these are not aliens. There's no evidence that they've come from somewhere else. We would probably know. We've got a lot of technology that's watching what comes in and out of the atmosphere, and there's no evidence of that. I think they've been here forever. This is my view. Again, it can't be proven, but I'm just telling you after.
So imagine if Tucker's right and the information he has is accurate. And that means the aliens have been here, which what we've been saying for thousands of years. They may have given past oh my God. There's always these extinction level events that happen, right? Where humanity gets a reboot, basically, because the entire planet goes under a transformation. If an asteroid hits and it's big, volcano erupts and it's massive, you know, that things that can shut the earth down and food and all that stuff for weeks, months, and even hundreds, if not thousands of years. Like ice ages lasted thousands of years. What scares me is, because look, all right, yeah, there have been 5 extinction level events. Why am I even saying, why did they happen? What if they all happened and they were all natural? An asteroid, right? Or a quasar shit, or a volcano, a tsunami, whatever, right? Whatever it is, it seems to be like the natural course of reality. I don't believe it. Want to know? Here's what I think. And I may be wrong. If you go back and you go back to the first extinction level event, and what do I mean by that? I mean humanity's wiped out. There's a few stragglers on each continent, and they will rebuild the population in the next several hundred to thousands of years. During that first existence of man on the planet, before the first extinction level event happened, man met alien. Well, the gods. Maybe they didn't call them aliens. Mind you, these things, I think, have been on the earth the whole time. If they are our creators, then I will believe what Tucker Carlson said the other day when we listened to him say, we don't have free will. We're being influenced by outside sources. So you may think you wanted coffee in the morning and switch to orange juice and you don't know why. That's them. If you want to believe that, then the aliens or indigenous-ins gave these people their technology. And because they're human, they abused the technology. And guess what happened? The aliens wiped them out with a natural extinction level event. It's okay, they said. We'll rebuild it. We'll do it again. We'll do it live. They're going to do it live. Second extinction level event. The humans, they get to a certain point in their evolution. Now humans have been around for couple thousands of years, right? About a billion, let's say there's a billion people on the planet, all over. It's only a billion. But they were good. It was a good billion. They seemed to get it. They all followed one God. It's weird. How'd that happen? And then the alien technology was given to them again. And they turned it into weapons because of greed. Even though these were the nicest set of humans we've ever made, the aliens ever put out there, they're not perfect. Wipe them out! Extinction level event number 3 comes around. A couple of thousand years go by. The humans procreate. Lots of people on the planet. Maybe a billion again. Aliens. Man, I don't know. Should we give them this technology? Yeah, give it to them. I got 50 squid going on humans blowing themselves up again. I'll see your 50 squid and I'll raise your 30 shark. A gasp in the crowd as the biggest alien comes in and says, I see everybody and I bet one whale. One whale, that's more than 30 of this and 20 of that. Where did he get the whale? I just made him. And I don't want them to go away. I bet the humans overcome it. What do you think happened? Humans couldn't handle it. That man lost a bet with a whale. And another extinction level event happened. And then the fourth, same thing. And then the fifth. Do you really think we, with 8 billion people on this planet, and let me tell you, this may be the best time in history to be in mankind's world, right? But it's also the most crowded, even though it isn't. But it's the most we've seen. And this is the longest any of these civilizations have ever lasted. The aliens must be thinking, well, they're eventually going to use those weapons, aren't they? If they do, we've got to extinguish them. Oh, don't be such a demon, Al. I'm not being a demon. You're being a big D, Al. You're a D. Oh, I'm a demon for sure, but you're acting like a demon. Yeah, because I don't think they're going to make it. Oh, I love the negative demon in you. All right, let's see what Tucker, what else he says. That's my idea of what's going on. That's why they can't tell us anything. Because if that weapon is used, then all secrets are out. And you know what happens. The house of card falls down. It's one card. Yeah, house of card falls down. House of card, fall down now. Let's hear what Tucker says. Tucker, are they demons or what's going on? He just said that the phenomenon is real. Giddy up.
For a lot of conversations, I think it's likely that the U.S. government has had contact with these, direct contact, and over a period of years. I find that really disturbing because and a bunch of other things that are highly distressing that I can't prove, and so I'm certainly not going to throw them out there. And my view is that this is my opinion, that there are things about this that are really disturbing. And while I hate any kind of government secrecy, and if I could prove any of this, I would say it immediately, consequences be damned, I do sort of understand why they don't want to let this stuff out. It's not about, oh, we've got fragments of one of these crafts at a Lockheed, facility in California, and we have biologics from the craft. Everyone knows that that's likely true. Well, it's certainly true that they have the, pieces of this stuff. Yep. But I think it's likely that it's darker than that, and that the U.S. government is, I said the U.S. government, people in the U.S. government, not the U.S. government, but, there are it's the largest human organization in history. Parts of it, have knowledge that is very, very disturbing. And I personally strongly think, that there's a spiritual component to this that I don't understand and will not pretend to understand. But I think it's very clear that there's a spiritual component to this. That's one of the reasons the Vatican, and I'm not Catholic, but has been involved in this for over 100 years as an observatory.
All right. Okay. Look, that is such an interesting segment right there. Saying that it's real. I mean, he's not wavering, waffling, or even thinking he's wrong. He really believes this. And what did he see? And you've heard me say it once at least a month, that if we saw alien technology or indigenous alien technology, we wouldn't know, how. We would think it's magic. And I want to know what they're doing. Are they creating like a circle, and then they put their hand through it, but their fingers don't come out the other side. It's in the other reality. They put it through this circle. Oh, we're going to pull out a flower. It's from the other reality. Now that would be magic I'm interested in. If they can just put a universe right there, flip it, and then I'm going to go in this round thing here, and they put their hand in it, and they pull out a sneaker or, somebody else, you see their hair coming through. That to me, that's what I want to see. I want to see a meatball hero come out through there. I want them to put their hand in and pull out a meatball sub. I'm not even joking. But rich comedians, magicians do that already. Exactly. not alien technology. It will look like magic. But I want to know, how do you go from the nuts and bolts of ufology to the non-nuts and bolts of ufology and call it a reality? Because I wouldn't have believed it. Like I don't know what to believe anymore. We've got people that have never said this stuff out loud, saying it, that it's real, confident, they feel it. And yeah, I know people who don't know everything. You know people who don't know everything, but what do they always say? Oh man, I know anything. Ask me, I know. Those people stay away from. They know nothing. They know as much as you. I don't know as much as you, probably. The reason I say that, because there's people out there who know things that will never talk about it publicly. Just like we talk about the people who move into homes and behind the wall or in a secret compartment, there's a UFO on video or documents or a piece of a UFO. Somebody's got a piece somewhere from Roswell hidden somewhere in one of those families. You mean to tell me who was the guy that walked out on his ranch? Was it Mac Brazel? Whatever that guy was. I believe he stored some of the Roswell footage. I can't believe I just said that. I just saw the word footage and I said it. He has Roswell pieces. He's got a piece of the ship. Somebody's got a piece of the ship. And they're not budging. All these years, they haven't said a word. There's no way they could not have hidden some of that. That guy, it landed or crashed on his ranch. You don't think he's dug a hole somewhere and put it underground? And then when nobody was looking, maybe a year, 2 years later, he took it out and looked at it and buried it again and forgot about it. I believe that there are many, many, many documents in walls, in old buildings that haven't been torn down yet, houses where people used to live. Maybe they were pushed out by storm surge or whatever. They had to leave their ship behind in GTFO and never came back to it. There's people right now that are on their deathbed or close to death. I guarantee there's 100 people out there. 100 people that worked in UFO world, secret shit, that are alive, that have evidence. There's got to be. I'm telling you. If you were working at a secret point, one of those places, let's say you were Bob Lazar, it makes sense that you would try to get stuff on footage like Bob did. Stealing shit? I don't know how you would steal anything in one of those places, but I would think of it if I was working there. I would have tried to got proof. Yeah, for sure. That's why I can't work for the government. Okay. Giant UFO in Texas? Where did I see it? Oh, before we do that, let's go back a few years. Let's go to 1997. It's a good year. It's one of the best years in history. History. Oh, I can't play this. This is the Phoenix Lights when Kurt Russell called in his, watch this. This is from the History Channel. Oh, it's off Discovery UK, actually, from this clip. Oh, this is nice. I like this story. Kurt Russell seeing the Phoenix Lights and calling in. He was a pilot, is a pilot.
With 6 distinct lights, it crossed roughly 300 miles of airspace, with reports coming in from Phoenix to Tucson. And one of the witnesses turned out to be a famous actor.
One of the private pilots happened to be Kurt.
I said Didn't he just say 6? And there's 7 lights here.
Turned out to be a famous actor.
One of the private pilots happened to be Kurt Russell.
I saw 6 lights over the airport in absolute uniform in a V shape, and I reported it. And they said, we're not painting anything. We don't show anything. I said, well, okay, I'm going to declare it's unidentified, it's flying, and it's 6 objects. That was the most viewed UFO event. Over 20,000 people saw that.
Over 100,000 people saw that. They think 10,000 saw it that night. 10,000 saw it, and about 1,000 people called it in. So it was a lot. That Francis Barwood really was trying to get the investigation and for them to go over it. And why aren't we doing anything about this? It's been 3 months, she said. And are we going to get funding so we can get people on this? And they said, that's not in the future. And then there was silence, and she says, okay, I just wanted to bring it up since nobody else did. Then there was silence. On the next subject, and then you see Francis Barwood go like, all right, you guys don't want to talk about this? You know how many calls she was getting every day? She couldn't even keep the phone on. It was ridiculous. The Phoenix Lights, one of the best. Look over here while we're doing something over there routines. That was the Phoenix Lights. With that being said, I'm getting bings on my computer right now. Something's updating. Oh, it's Adobe. And so gray aliens. Now, a lot of people, we actually had this discussion tonight at dinner about whether or not we had a deal with the aliens. Some people believe we did and do have a deal with the aliens. And those interviews where they spoke with the aliens apparently were recorded for historical purposes. And these are some of those videos, but they are deemed fake as I talk slow and methodically through here to put you to sleep. Check this out. You believe? Some people think these are real. I do not.
So, tell me, when does the nuclear war start? Did you stop our push to try to destroy it? Run. No. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Pretty cool, huh? Let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at that. Look at his eye. I could have sworn that eye opened. Man, it's creepy, huh? If that was real. Can you imagine? I'm looking at the muscles there. Yeah. It doesn't look like here, it just doesn't, like this picture there. I don't know. I mean, his nose is even pushed up like he's Pista Batushka.
Thank you. Okay, so now, when does the nuclear war start? Okay, by whom? Really, boss? How?
Hey, you're gonna have somebody who's gonna rule that country briefly, though. Like, hey, this guy's president only for a little bit. Well, why? Why is it only for a little bit? And if that was in 50 years, that should be 2040-ish. Because didn't this come out in the 2001, 2, 3-ish. 2050-ish. I'd say between 2040 and 2050-ish. I want to see the alien in that light again. It's not real, is it? Yeah, I know. Right. Now, I mean, even though it is a good question, why would you film it in the dark? Oh, that's an easy question, by the way. Easy to answer. Because it hurts the alien's eyes, man. Gotta hide that animatronic, so you gotta have a good excuse. And that's a good one. These bright so meanwhile, they flash bright lights on him to make him answer. That's what the flashing of the lights was. It was, and they got his arms tied, you know, like Jesus on the cross. It's all symbolic. And besides, it ain't real. But this is the story that people keep talking about. There's going to be a president, like a part-timer, or somebody comes in who's supposedly loved by everybody. And it's a false prophet, right? It's supposed to be his false prophet that everybody loves, the man that everybody's going to know, which, you know, you could say Trump. He may come in and have to go to war next year if he wins. Look, I'm telling you, the next 4 years, I'm shitting in my pants because Trump is supposed to be that guy. The guy who wasn't really the guy, who wasn't a presidential guy. He's just some well-known figure that people love. That fits Trump to a T. To a T. So, can you imagine if these are real? I have to throw it out there. I know they're not, but. Uh-oh. Whoa. Why? Where? I didn't touch anything. It just took that video. It won't play. Let me refresh. But it knocked me out. It took the video. I've never seen StreamYard do that. Oh, I got it back now. Let's move on. I don't want to play it anymore. It's fake. That's why. I just like it once in a while to remind you people what we have to deal with still, because that video's out there, and I know a lot of people who believe it's real, even though the proof says it isn't. All right. So, I don't know what this is about, but I think this is fake. I think this is a joke of Lou Elizondo from Cosmic Judas on X. But let me show you. I don't know what to expect from this. Maybe a joke.
This is serious stuff here. He's already covered Africa. Update us and our viewers as best as you can. Where is Santa heading next? And I understand you're getting some new details on some pretty top secret Santa technology that is helping the U.S. military track his sleigh. What can you tell us about that?
This is a topic that has been relegated to, for the most part, fringe science. And that's problematic because this isn't fringe science. This is probably just quantum mechanics. But we haven't been able to have a good conversation about it because people, the first thing you do when you mention it, they kind of smile, they might grin, they might raise their eyebrow. And that's because of the social conditioning that we have placed on this topic for decades.
That's so cute. They made believe that Lou was talking about Santy.
It's almost reflexive. In fact, if you don't have a reaction like that, people will start to think you're crazy, right? So you have to first remove that stigma and that taboo from the conversation. And to do that, it takes a hard conversation.
All right, thank you. Hey, I wanted to say thank you the other night because I forgot to say thank you to from Moody Mongol, everybody, because he threw down $20 on PayPal. And I saw a PayPal come in, so I'll talk to you soon. So thank you for that, Moody Mongol. And he says, from the demo aliens, mulled wine, for all Goofonians. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. And a $5 came in from Marvin. Marvelous Marvin. So thank you for the $5, guys, and the 20 on PayPal the other night. And we just got from Ben, I knew it was you, says, Merry Christmas, bro. Great work and show. And he threw down $4.20, $4.20 on PayPal. So thank you, guys. Thanks, Ben. Mucho gusto generoso again on PayPal. Yeah, PayPal's awesome. Thank you so much for that. Moonlicked with $3.33, and he says, I'm spilling state secrets. And then another $2.22 for a grand total of $5.55. Did Goofon just reveal Donald is the alien overlord? You did hear it here first. I'm telling you, man. Thanks, Moonlit, for throwing it down, man. Thanks for the support. And Marvelous Marvin, what are the odds? That was not planned at all. That was just a coincidence. Thank you for another 5, man. And it's a super dono. So it's as good as it gets. Thanks, man. I appreciate your support. Sorry about the other night. But thank you. Merry Christmas. And now we're in the way to the new year. So thanks. Mucho gusto generoso here on Goofon tonight. Yep, it is the Christmas show. What is Sasa Jaja Binksa? Misa Sisu and recognizes. Misa. I just like saying Misa. God, it feels good to say it. Misa. 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 Thanks again for some of the support. Especially at this time of year. I know. All right, let's do this. Oh! Do you remember the spy balloon that we shot down in February? Remember that? Exactly. The U.S. knew about spy balloon, and we talked about this when it came out. 10 days before it went national. They were watching it launch. They knew that balloon from day one. Yeah, true story. They knew it before it was spotted officially from the ground, right? Biden didn't know about the Chinese spy balloon for more than a week after it was, he didn't know. And new details reveal that the spy balloon, oh my God, you're going to be mad. They found out it was tracking cell phone data for Americans. Somebody said that's not UFO related, but it is. Because they're blaming it on not having the UFO detection system for smaller objects. That's what they remember that. And then they said, oh, no. The reason we're getting these 3 balloons now, got 3 more, is because we've changed the parameters of the detection system. Capiche? So now we can see the smaller ones. Oh. So I guess terrorists didn't figure that out. If we just make this 2 centimeters smaller, they can't find it. I don't know what that was. I don't know what kind of terrorist. I wouldn't be scared of that guy. All we need to do is make 2 inches shorter. Stupid. And we fall for it. They needed to make it smaller. That's why they saw these new balloons. Yeah. Alaska? Oh, they shot that one down. Never going to see it, though. Landed in places nobody can get to. Conveniently. You guys. We fall for it because what else are we going to do? Anytime the mainstream media speaks to you, they're lying. All of them. They really are. Except for these 2. These are nice people.
New NBC report, the Biden administration planned to keep the Chinese spy balloon that was flying over the U.S. earlier this year a secret. So President Biden didn't know for more than a week.
And now new details that the balloon was tracking the cell phone data of Americans.
What?
I do think that the American people probably had the right to know a lot sooner than, quite frankly, a year later, that it was capable of collecting their cell phone data.
The balloon entered U.S. airspace on January 28, but President Biden was not briefed until 3 days later. The story broke on national news just days after that, on February 2nd, after many civilians spotted it. The balloon was finally shot down on February 4th. Mixed information about its origins and intentions swirled.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the same administration that botched the Afghanistan departure. I mean, do you think they're going to get a Chinese spy balloon correct? And all the information at the right time, the right place, the right people? Hell, the president didn't know for 3 days because they were going to keep it a secret. Why? Because they were gathering our data. Hello? I would say it's time to take China out, but we're such pussies when it comes to shit like that. People do shit to us. They do this, they do that. You know, oh, we'll just take this from them. You know, they don't need it. Oh, we're going to keep all that equipment. Oh, let's make a deal with the Americans and get them all their weapons for free. Whatever. We always come up on the short end because we're the big boys in town. We have to show that we're caring too. Caring my ass. They weren't even going to tell us about, how did it get out? How did it get past Biden? So we all knew about it. Like, if they wanted to keep it a secret, why isn't it a secret? And I think because people saw it on the ground. So, God, we do have the dirtiest administration in town right now.
We now can subsequently assess to be Chinese balloons operating over at least 5 continents.
Nothing right now suggests they were related to China's spy balloon program or that they were surveillance vehicles from any other country.
The new report exposes a phone call between General Mark Milley and NORAD head General Glenn Van Herk a day before the balloon entered U.S. airspace. Intelligence officials had allegedly been tracking the object flying over the Asia Pacific for 10 days.
The fact that Biden wasn't notified, right? And then the fact that the intelligence community was tracking it for 10 days. And then the fact that not even all that.
All right, we get it. We lived through it. Oh, we lived through it once. I'm not going to put us through that whole ordeal again. You're welcome. All right, let's keep it going. We've got a lot of mo. What's that? Wait, what? Oh. You mother. I don't know what to do right now. I don't know what to do. Okay. How many UFOs that we know of crashed? Isn't it 110? Right? 110? I have a story here, and I think I'm having an issue with it, and I am. It says something's wrong. Let's refresh. I must have done something. All right. Let's try one more time. Go. Now, it's not working. Okay, in Kingman, Arizona, for those of you who don't know, there was a crash that happened. I'm going to pull up Google Earth. Let's go there and just take a look, shall we? Yeah? All right, that's good. I'm glad you thought about that too. Here we go. All right. Oh, I'm getting the flashing again. Crazy. Let's go to Kingman, and I'll show you where it is. A lot of people don't know that, check this out. The Phoenix Lights back in 97 showed up where? Over Kingman. Look, it's still, look at my hand. Can you see my hand here? See that? It's still happening. That flashing. I can't stop it. That's what my screen looks like every time I use Google Earth. You guys won't see it. But Kingman, Arizona is where the Phoenix Lights flew over that night. So I have a theory about 1997. I believe in Arizona, Nevada, and a lot of other places, there were plants, objects that were placed or planted in the ground to be picked up later on whenever they came back. The weird thing is, I also think they came and dropped off. My parents have that story. Remember, I don't know if you remember, I talked about that light that kept getting brighter in that tree 100 yards away from them. And then in the middle of the night at 3 a.m, Chinook helicopters came and took it out of the ground. And it was, my parents, it was a huge ball of light. They had the Army cordoned off the desert so nobody can get down where they were. It was crazy. They called me and they're like, do you see the helicopter? It's heading your way. I'm like, dude, no, you're 42 miles away from me. I don't see it. They're heading your way. I can barely, now they're over the mountains, but you should see them. Do you see it? I'm like, I don't see it. So if they did go over the mountains and head my way, they could have turned and I wouldn't have seen it. But they picked up something in 2005 or 6, whatever, 2005. They were here and took something out of the ground. Not the UFOs, but what was it that they took out of the ground that was getting brighter, that apparently had a beacon on it to call in 3 Chinook helicopters, the Army and whoever else, to that location where my parents lived. These things are coming to Earth, or they're part of Earth and they're coming up through the Earth, or they're finding their way through underground tunnel systems or ley lines. I don't know, man. It could be in a parallel universe for all I know. And let's go to Kingman and see what Kingman looks like. Why would they go to Kingman, Arizona, you say? Like, why? Why would they crash land there? Well, I don't know, but let's take a look. There we go. Right, in the middle of nowhere. Middle of nowhere. And it apparently crashed in the mountains somewhere over here, but I don't know where. But I'm looking at a big flash. So as you can see, thousands and thousands of miles of desert, right? In all directions, man. Nobody's going to care, you know? But this is what Kingman looks like. Yeah. Anyway, I thought it would be interesting to see what the landscape looked like. And it's just like many of the other crash sites in Arizona. There's another one that I did a report on, Dreamy Draw, or I'll just put in Dreamy Draw and let's see what comes up. There's supposedly a UFO buried underneath a dam in Arizona, the Dreamy Draw Dam. Here we go. I went there and did an okay. I could have done a better job, but here's the dam. Now, they built this dam where there's no water and no flooding. And they had an extra $100,000 of the city's money. And apparently they used that money to build this dam. Look where it is. Like, what? Why put a dam there? Look at this. It doesn't make sense. There's no runoff. There's no runoff from the mountains. It's hills, baby, hills. I mean, I have a video showing it. It's terrible. Other people have gone here too and done reports. But it's really interesting that they would do that, though. It doesn't make sense. Where is it? Anyway, oh, here it is. Yeah, it's Dreamy Draw Recreation Center. I'm looking at a flashing screen. So there's all these bike trails, hike trails, and there's the UFO underneath this thing. And this box that's over here, this here, there's a door in there, but they locked it off. I don't know where it goes. It probably goes underneath. But that may be like a 60-foot dam. It's not that tall, 50 feet. But anyway, there's a supposed UFO buried under here, or pieces of it, that they couldn't remove. It was wedged in the ground, and that's the story. All right, enough. Get out of there. Let's get out of there. I want to get out. I don't want to be in here anymore. I can't get out of it. I can't get out. Nope. No, it won't let me. All right, let me see. I got to pull this up again. Ay, Vayatsky. See, I can't see the screen from my side because it's flashing. It just closed everything down for me. Unbelievable. What is that? Control Alt what to bring up your old I can't bring up this thing. How do I bring up all my tabs? It shut everything down. All the tabs I had open. Control Alt T, is it? Or C? Control Alt T? It didn't work. What is it? Delete? No, what is that? Not Control Alt Delete. No, that's not it. It's to bring up tabs that you had up but accidentally closed down. That's not it. I don't want to go in history. I had 15 of them open, so it can open them all up. Who knows that little trick? I don't need glasses, dude. I don't know what 5 means. Anytime somebody wants to let me know what that is, I'll look it up since I'll see it, because I'm not going on until I fix that. I can't go on. It's not Control Alt Delete. How to bring up tabs. How to bring up deleted tabs. I think that's it. Restore tabs in Google Chrome. Here we go. Shift Control T. No. It's not it. Didn't work. I wish it was. Now, that only brings up the last one. It's supposed to bring them all up, not just one, not the last one. I'm not moving. No, I'm doing this. Alt F4. That's not it either. I'm not doing that. I'll just watch it.
You had open before you began working again. Thankfully, restoring closed tabs in Chrome is super easy, with a variety of solutions available at your fingertips. If you're ready to restore closed tabs from Chrome, here's what you need to do. If you accidentally closed a tab and you need to open it back up, you have a couple of options. Look for the new tab icon at the top of your browser, then right-click it and select Reopen Closed Tab to reopen the last tab that you've closed. Alternatively, you can hold down Ctrl and Shift, then press T to do the same thing. If you closed multiple tabs at once, like a window filled with tabs, the same shortcut reopens the entire group of tabs. If you'd rather stay away from using keyboard shortcuts,
But it didn't. Control, Shift, T only brought up the last one. I've got 15 I need to have open, not one. Fuck. See how shit doesn't work for me? That's what I'm talking about. This is the life I live. It should bring them all up, and it doesn't. It brings up one at a time. I don't care about one at a time. Fuck. I had my whole show based on all those tabs. My whole show was up there.
or you just want to reopen a specific tab you closed a while ago, you can totally do that too. You can find recently closed tabs under your quick history.
I don't
Just
care
click on the
about
triple
that.
dotted icon in the top right corner of your browser, then hover over the
I've had stuff sitting up here for months that I use. Certain clips, things like that. It's always something, man. Anyway, I'm just moving on. It's always something. All right, I'm going to play this video. It's supposedly live from the International Space Station. I'm not so fucking sure. Everybody lies.
Hi, Jeff. This is a screen grab from the International Space Station on July 3rd, 2021, 8:30 a.m. of 10 unknown objects traveling with the space station above planet Earth. Hi, Jeff. This is a screen grab from the International Space Station on July 3rd, 2021, 8:30 a.m. of 10.
Why do they always have to look like they're 10 of the shittiest looking objects? There's nothing. All right. Calm down. I'm in a mood now. Now I'm in a mood. I don't need to be in a mood. I don't want to be in a mood. I want to be in a nice, happy mood. Now I feel really weird because I don't have my security blanket to the left of me, man. Sorry. I just don't feel like I'm myself. Oh, wait. Did I find it? I found it! Oh, I opened it and didn't know it. Yeah. Yes! That's how you do it. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. I knew I was cool. Here we go. This is how you do it right here. Where'd it go? There it is. Yeah, your sister's got 19 legs again, Chief. All right. Now I'm secure G. Now I'm secure G. So, it has been one hell of a year. I know you believe that this year was going to be disclosure. I'm sorry. It didn't happen. Anybody want to make a bet that next year in 2024 there won't be disclosure? I'll bet anybody $1,000 there won't be disclosure. But Lou Elizondo thinks we're halfway through disclosure without any real evidence to talk about. No evidence, really. No evidence. The best things that right here. So we're going to listen to the best of Lou bit by bit till the end of the year. And here's one from Theories of Everything. Toe with Kurt Jaimungal. Permission allowed.
Imagine everything you've been taught, whether it's through Sunday school or what our political leaders have told us turned out to be not entirely accurate. The meaning, what it means to be a human being and our place in this universe.
I like how he's doing this. What does it mean to be if you were stuck in a zoo? But you never know if we're ever going to be an alien's friend. It's the way he puts the last touch of that, like each comment's got a sinister tone to it because he's Lou Elizondo and that's what I do. Listen to this. Yeah, he does do that. Listen.
Imagine everything you've been taught, whether it's through Sunday school or what our political leaders have told us turned out to be not entirely accurate. The meaning.
Yeah, because things turn out to be not entirely accurate because we're going through this together.
What it means to be a human being, our place in this universe.
What a schmohawk.
How much of our own history do we really know? We can go back 5,000 years pretty easily. 8,000 years, things start to get a little murky. And anything much beyond that, we really have no clue about. There is documentation of these strange things in the sky going back a long, long time. I don't think we're dealing with a new phenomenon. I think we may be dealing with a new recognition and perhaps, hopefully, at some point, a new understanding. I think we've been faced with this phenomenon for quite some time.
Lou Elizondo.
Hey, there's Kurt. What's he saying?
Elizondo has been on the Theories of Everything podcast 3 times, each of which has a link in the description. Almost every one of those appearances tends to be one of the highest rated videos of all of the Lou Elizondo appearances on different podcasts and different platforms.
Oh, here's philosophy. I got to hear this. All right, we'll listen to philosophy with Lou. This has got to be great. This is unreal.
How to think and not.
If you could start over and pursue a different educational path with the hopes of understanding UAPs more fully, what degree would you choose?
I would probably start with philosophy. And why is that? Because philosophy is one of the few areas that teaches you how to think and not what to think, right? It's in the topic of UAPs, it's not a matter of what, it's how. How do we process the data? How does this apply to our species, where we're going, where we're from, et cetera? There's very few academic pursuits that teach somebody how to think. Most people, and I can tell you this from personal experience with my children, most schools teach kids what to think. And that's a problem because we've forgotten what real teaching is about. I can instruct somebody on how to do something, but real teaching is something different. A lot of the Eastern philosophies understood that. It's not teaching somebody the specifics. It's teaching somebody how to.
Where are you going to teach people about aliens? About maybe an indigenous thing? We don't even know if they're people. Well, whatever it is, the energy that is surrounding this globe, randomly it seems, and also it seems with a purpose. And that's where we come in, because why does that seem like a purposeful ghost / alien / UAP / UFO? Where do they come from? What do they want? How do we think about that? They don't teach it in school. So I don't know what the frig Lou thinks is going to happen in the educational system when it comes to aliens and UAP, as he calls them. No, I'm being 100% serious. Everything he's saying seems really nice, right? Seems nice. But it's not a reality. Hold on, guys. Hold on. We have got a SWAT of people coming in that I don't know who they are. They all have this hi next to them. Hi, Faria Mernali. This isn't that goof on. See, there's another goof on, but it's like on another continent, in another world, from India, of all places. And it's popular. But this is the greatest UFO network. All right? I have a real funny joke that I want to say, but it'll offend half the people. And I don't want to do that. Such a funny joke it would be. See, this is what I don't like about YouTube. If I said that joke, I know for a fact people would be mad. While on the flip side of that, people would think that was a genius joke. Because it is. And we're not allowed to be genius. We're not allowed to joke around the way we want to. All right, let's I want to show you this because I know a lot of people think that this footage known as the Kumbargas, what is it? The Kumbargas? The video with the Kumbargas? It shows a craft up close and you see the alien heads and all that. Remember? I was showing this to you the other day. This person says, I was present when it was filmed. So it is absolutely true. Roger Lear. He says it's 100% legitimate footage. Roger Lear says this. Do you know who that is? That's the guy who's not a UFO expert. He does implants, telling us what a UFO looks like, that it's real or fake. That's not credibility in my eyes. Remember this?
This is the video. It's called the Comburgus video, which is
that Roger Lear. I'm joking. Of course I knew it was the Roger Lear. It's Roger Moore, 007. Of course it's this John Lear, the jet guy.
Of a craft so close that you can see the occupants. It is 100% real, and I was there as that was filmed.
The whole footage has been analyzed for a more scientific board for 2.5 weeks, frame by frame, pixel by pixel, and this is 100% genuine footage.
It was not analyzed by experts at that time. They were analyzed by people who thought they were experts. Oh, we just put this in sepia. Oh, I still see it a little differently. Oh, yeah. Hey, put that in FLIR. Yeah, do the FLIR. Oh, yeah, I see something different. It looks a little different. Go back to sepia. I want to see the sepia. Isn't it sepia? Who cares? Go back. I want to look at it. Oh, it looks like the old country that way. You know, these people do not analyze footage correctly. Ever, never. That turkey video is 100% not aliens. And that's it. I'm not going to say another word because that is too big of a subject to talk about. What happened to Ryan Graves? Is he okay? Why? Why did somebody just send that to me? What happened to Ryan Graves? Nothing. I don't know. Did you guys watch last week's Weaponized? Jeremy Corbell he thinks he's funny. Far from it. But he came up with a name for John Alexander. Darth Vader, he calls him. He says ufology's Darth Vader changes his tune about crashed saucers. He does talk about that Kingman, Arizona, which is one of the reasons why I'm talking about it tonight. So I'm going to pull it up. It was a good episode, but this guy, John Alexander, I'm going to pull him in. I would love to interview him the correct way. The correct way. This guy makes claims like Philip Corso. Now, this guy, I don't know sometimes, but I think he knows a lot. And then other times I think this guy's lying. Why is it always that way? Is it a mental block that I'm having because I'm just so, it is too good to be true kind of guy, right? I never believe fully until I feel satisfied that they're telling me the truth. This guy looks like he's telling the truth. And I kind of want to look for a little bit of body language, but I'm not really interested. I like some of the things he's saying. Here, take a listen. I don't know what to say anymore. It's a good episode, though.
Oh, we shouldn't be surprised because we knew when they went to conference between the House and the Senate variations that would be significantly different. Unlike what many of you and your viewers who are kind of UFO enthusiasts and think this is critically important, conversely, on a broader scale, this is not a voting issue. So from a pure political standpoint, this is something that can be traded away quite easily without any political repercussions, for the individual. Now, what does that mean for the disclosure stuff? Yeah, a lot of the critical issues got taken out, and that's kind of unfortunate. Now, we can talk about Carl Nell if you want. As you know, I sat next to him at the Seoul conference, and he gave a very interesting presentation on what was written into what's known as the Schumer Amendment. Unfortunately, the critical issues like eminent domain and you must turn over or bad things will happen to you, pretty much got eviscerated.
I'm trying to take a broader view of the whole thing. I mean,
hey, that's right. That's right. Because people were turned off by that. Show us the goods or face the consequences. Right? That's what they were saying. Hey, if you got a certain amount of time to either show us what you've got, and if you don't have anything, fine. But if you do, and we find out about it and you didn't turn it into us, consider yourself on notice. We're going to come after you. Oh, how freaking hypocritical is that? We're not going to do anything if you turn it in. We won't do anything. We're going to let it go, even though you broke the law. You went against us, you hid shit from us, but you're turning it in. We're giving you these 60 days to turn it in without any problems. After that, we're going to go full force of the law. So let me get this straight. You would still punish a company that gave you alien technology because they didn't give it to you when you wanted it, when you said they had to? Even though it was illegal, you were able to turn your eye away if they turned it in back in August, right? But now that they're turning it in a year later, you're going to take their shit and put them in jail? Can't do that. It's such horseshit. It's so unconstitutional, I'm aware of. I'm pretty sure. Hey, $5 came in from Marvin again on PayPal. The one I read before was from a few days ago. That's a new one. Thank you very much, Marvelous Marvin. $5 on PayPal. Mucho gusto, generoso. And another dollar came in from Ben on PayPal. Space coming out of the atmosphere, and then so why would they need equipment now? All the you ever thought it could be Elon Musk? No. Oh, so Ben's asking, per the conversation I was having with myself earlier about how who watches NORAD? They're the ones that watch all the objects come in out of space. Yeah, that's right. In the 90s, they were able to see shit size of a baseball or basketball or football, right? That's interesting. So why would they need to say they need new equipment if they were doing it? Well, I don't think they need new equipment. as well as changing they changed the parameters of what they could see. So let's say they would only want to look for 30-foot craft. Now they changed it to 3 feet. Why wouldn't they do that? And I'll tell you why. Ben, you want to know why they didn't look at objects that small? Because the orbs would show up on radar and red flags would be coming up all the time. Here's another orb. Here's another orb. Here's another orb. It's the way they allow that technology to roam without being detected. Because we're working alongside the aliens. And we call them aliens. I kind of almost want to call them indigenous aliens, IA. The indigenous aliens, because that's what I think they do. They do come from here. I'm telling you, I don't think if they came from outside interstellar space, then they've been here for a long time. And they've turned underground into a living world, I believe, full of tunnels and other things that we probably can't get to. Maybe we've detected them. Remember what happened to Phil Schneider? They lowered him into one of those dumbs, man. Holy shit, there's aliens down here, and there's a lot of them, and they got guns. Right? And they sprayed him, and then they got him, and they cut his fingers and his chest. And then he said, what if it's Elon Musk, not Donald Trump? But the legend goes that it's not going to be a guy out there. It's going to be somebody who's president. And I don't think anybody would vote for Elon Musk to be president. I wouldn't. But then again, you know, some of these savant types are really smart. They can come up with most amazing things. Got to hear this. Christmas miracle. Want to hear about this Christmas miracle? This is amazing. It comes from my mom's friend. She has an autistic son. And they're shopping. He's 13 now. He just graduated 8th grade. He got his diploma, you know, going to be going to high school next year. I've seen this kid. Just a tough kid, smart as hell. And, you know, he's got this little quirkiness about him. But the greatest miracle happened when they walked by the music store. And he sat down, never seen a piano in person before. He sat down and started playing the most beautiful music, using the pedals, the hands, the black and the white keys at the same. He was playing like he's been playing for his whole life. Never played the piano before. That's a Christmas miracle. She started crying. They bought a piano for him. Yeah. They now bought a $6,000 piano. They're rich. Yeah. It's being delivered as we speak, probably. How cool is that? I would love to do that. I want to walk by a music store, pick up a guitar, and know. I would never stop playing. So that Christmas miracle kind of makes me mad, though. I mean, when I heard it, I'm like, that's awesome. Freaking asshole. Why does that have to happen? Why couldn't it? I want to know how to play. I mean, I need an uplift like that after this year. I need something to uplift me like that. That would be beautiful. All right, I got to play this video. Oh, we didn't stop with the weaponized. Sorry, I went off on a tangent. It happens here at GoofOn.
As someone who has chased this topic as you have for decades, just the fact that you had legislation that got this far, where the majority leader of the U.S. Senate is on the floor excoriating House leaders who are blocking it, talking about non-human intelligence and alien technology and the need for disclosure. I mean, it seems to me amazing progress that people, old timers like you and I, never thought we would see. I mean,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can talk until the cows come home, bro. It ain't happening, disclosure. We've gone farther than we've ever gone before. It doesn't matter. So what? It got shut down, dude. Everything shut down. We're now backpedaling 2 spaces. You realize that, right? When we start talking about the aliens being indigenous to the planet, they're spiritual, maybe even demons that are altering our thoughts, and we still haven't even talked about abductions.
Am I wrong on this?
Oh no, that's quite right. We, have been chasing this for quite a while, and that you do have Congress stepping up and doing something formally is quite a major an accomplishment in and of itself. But a period of whatever compromise, which rarely occurs on the Hill. Again, this is just one of those things that could be easily traded away without the political ramifications. Now, the support that we're getting and the number of people who came forward is quite notable. And we saw this in the House hearings as well, the ones where, we saw you two sitting, behind David Grush there. But those were very significant. Now, whether that will happen again or not, that kind of remains to be seen. I suspect, again, political standpoint, they're going to take the temperature of the broader.
Right. How many times do they need to take the temperature? Because let me tell you what's going to happen. We're going to go right into 2024, where we left off in 23, and we're going to have some silence, and it's going to get a little slow, and people are going to be a little nervous. Like, hey, man, where's all that UFO media play? Well, here's the good thing. Apparently, it's true. Lou Elizondo's book is coming out, and people are thinking it may be coming out February, April, somewhere in there. So he's going to be making the rounds, giving us something to talk about. That's great. I can't wait for that book to come out. I can't wait. As somebody who's into this, this is one of the first times I've ever anticipated a book. I would be happy to be in that. That'd be great if we were in that book. Can you imagine? Never happen. He would never do that. He would never. All right. Is this company working with alien technology in Nevada? I got to play this video for you because, well, I don't know, man. This just came out. Shit. Hold on. God dang it. No, I'm not going to play it. Never mind. Never mind. No, I don't even care anymore. Not playing it. Not playing it. All right, I'm going to go here. All right. Now, I don't know. I know what's going on. I know. Thank you. I know what's going on. Thank you. 1 hour, 53 minutes I got to go to, and I don't even know why. Christopher Bledsoe. Is that who this is? Check it out. I just want to see what he says. That's all. That's all. I don't know what he says here.
Because Junior had the worst problem being 17 years old with people telling him he's a liar. That's the worst thing you can do.
Maybe because he is.
Grandmas and grandpas even said, I don't believe you. Were you on drugs or something? And it wasn't the case. And so this guy comes and he knew it was real. And he went right straight to my house, and he met everybody.
What guy? Who? The director there? The guy who's making the documentary? Who knew it was real? They have yet to have somebody like me come over there. I've messaged him 3 times over the last year and a half. Said, hey, I want to come and spend 5 days just like Science Bob did. I want to spend some time. Never gets back.
Briefed us with an official briefing on a laptop with our name, our eyes only, the Bledsoe family. He tested each one of us with metamaterial and to see if we'd have a reaction to it. And he counseled Junior for a long time and changed his life, because now he had some pride. He had somebody to believe him. And if NASA people would do that, then that's a really big deal. So that's how that.
He briefed you. Specifically, what do you mean by that?
You can tell him.
Well, you can see in this photo, it was the day of my homecoming game. I was running for homecoming, and so we were all called into my brother's room one by one to watch this briefing video. He had this PowerPoint that said, for the Bledsoe eyes only, and it had different photos and things that he would explain to us that I probably am not going to say or share. And then he would hand us all a piece of metal, and we would, hold another piece and see if there was any sort of reaction. And he would test us all privately and separately, so we wouldn't know what was happening. So he could get more of like a, I don't know, like a...
Hey, this is what the guy's doing. What a piece of shit. What a lying sack of shit duty. Here's what they're doing. Now, what I want you to do is hold this piece of metal, right? Hold this piece of metal in your hand, and I'm going to put electrodes on your head. I'm going to have them run through this processor here. We're going to see if there's a reaction to the metal material that you're holding on to. So if it's gone right inside your DNA, you know if you've got alien DNA inside your brain. Hold on to that now, Casey. She holds on to it. And he comes back 5 minutes later. No, that's the end of it. I didn't feel anything. No, you sure didn't feel anything? No, I didn't feel any vibration. No, there was any tickling? Tickling? No. How about any memory loss? No. All he gave her was just a piece of metal. Of course, he could say anything he wants. Of course, he is the only one who knows how to read the instrumentation. Gee, no brainer. She's got abilities. Now let me hold on to it. Oh, Christopher, if you could hold on to this, and let's test it. You ready? All right, I'm going to test it here. Here we go. Right there. I think I put it right there. Is that right? Did I do it right? Am I on? Is this thing on? Mama. I turned it off. Oh, the battery's dead. It had one little... She gives the piece back to him. He does a little analysis on it. He makes believe he's got readings. I haven't seen anything out of you, but out of the Bledsoes, forget about it. God, I hate that. That whole Bledsoe camp is one big piece of crap. It is toxic to ufology. In my opinion, everything that's going on over there is in his head, all freaking made up for anybody who wants to believe it. It is awful what he's doing. Awful. So on the Hill, of course, they interviewed somebody here. Check it out. Just watch this. Told you there were a lot of videos.
In recent reporting, author Michael Schellenberger writes that multiple sources have confirmed whistleblower David Grush's claim that the United States government possesses a number of non-human vehicles. These sources are, quote, either high-ranking intelligence officials, former intelligence officials, or individuals who could be verified as being involved in the United States government UAP efforts for 3 or more decades, according to his reporting. Schellenberger writes that the individuals said they had seen or been presented with, quote, credible and verifiable evidence that the U.S. government and U.S. military contractors possess at least 12 or more alien spacecraft, some of which they shared with AARO or the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office.
12 of these, and some of them are shared with Arrow. 12? 12. Remember when it was 10? Bob Lazar. So they had to make it 12. They couldn't do 11. Because if they did 11, then everybody would say, oh, they just added one from what Bob Lazar said to kind of make it credible. So they didn't go with just one. They went with adding 2 to make it 12. Because 12 is it's hardly ever used. The number 12. It's true. And it's a good number. It's a strong number. 13 would have been unlucky. People would have a negative connotation with 13. 14 has no power. 15, that's too many UFOs. 12 is just the right number. That's how I look at it. So 12. Here's what I want to know. Just tell me one place. Can't do it. Okay. Go in a skiff. I might be able to tell you what state it's in. I don't care about that. Were there bodies with them? Yeah, well, there were pilots. So were there bodies? Pilots flew no shit. I know pilots flew it. That's what we call them. Did we have any of them in our possession? I guess there may have been a pilot, maybe, who lived. I don't know. I can't really get into details. Oh, this guy. Well, Mr. Grush. So next week, we're going to start the process of waiting for Lou's book, waiting for the next Corbell drop. We're getting close. He's about 2 months away from dropping something that we could laugh at. Who else? We'll probably never find anything out from Rose Cuckold's big UFO under the building. You can't write this stuff, man. They just built a building. So who built the building? Contractors. But where are them people? Why don't we get those people? You're a journalist. Find out who built it and get all of them. It's in another country. Oh, well. Got your work cut out for you then, don't you, Mr. Cuckold? Please don't call me that. Mrs. Cuckold? I mean, I don't get it. Rosie Palm and her 4 sisters. Is that right?
Office, quote, which AARO has refused to provide Congress. The office reportedly said it has not discovered any verifiable information, end quote, because it does not have the authority to verify it and may not want to verify it. Joining us now to discuss.
Hey, look, we want to verify it, but we can't verify it. Even though they said they want to verify it too, nothing can get verified. Why? Because verification is proof of what? Verifying that we already have something. Where? Can't tell you where. Can you verify that? I just did. I love me ufology. Yahoo! Who's this dude? Who's this Dipmo?
Is Twitter Files author and author of Apocalypse Never, Michael Schellenberger. Thank you for being with us, Michael.
That's so original.
So, confirmation, aliens are real. This is exciting. What do you make of the baker's dozen of alien spacecraft that we have?
Well, I think it's worth just pointing out that this is very shocking. The whistleblower in question, David Grush, used the term ontological shock, which is a little bit of jargon, but what he means is that the idea that we are not alone in the abstract is something that everybody, I mean, not everybody, but many people, the large majority of people agree with, that we are almost certainly not alone in the universe. However, the idea that there may already be contact or have been contact for quite a while between the US military and non-human intelligence, non-human life forms is very shocking, and it's shocking for me personally. There's things I kept out of the story that I think were just too shocking, and certainly.
You know, what I was reading when I was writing this book, I was reading stuff that was shocking, and I really didn't know if I was going to be able to handle it because it was very shocking, and I just don't know if this kind of shocking information would have been good to put in my book, because I don't want to be too shocking. It's not a question on whether it was shocking, so don't put the upward voice shocking. It is or it isn't. You don't know. You wrote the book. I think it was shocking. No. Sorry, I can't get it out of my mind. Listen to how he said that.
Certainly not alone in the universe. However, the idea that there may already be contact or have been contact for quite a while between the US military and non-human intelligence, non-human life forms is very shocking, and it's shocking for me personally.
It's very shocking. You don't know? It's very shocking.
Forms is very shocking, and it's shocking for me. Forms is very shocking. Intelligence, non-human life forms is very shocking, and it's very shocking. Is very shocking. Non-human life forms is very shocking, and it's shocking for me personally. There's things I kept out of the story that I think were just too shocking, and certainly harder to confirm. But I do think it's clear that the conversation about this has progressed from the idea that the Pentagon simply has some videos to a large and growing number of people with reason to know who say that, in fact, there are non-human spacecraft.
That is very intriguing that there's things that you left out of.
It's very shocking. Jesus, oh, Jesus, gonna save me now. It's gonna be in the background soon. Schellenberger. All right, let's finish.
The story. I hope that you'll continue to investigate them. I'm wondering how exactly these sources determined that these crafts were non-human. Was it the material they were made out of, the method of construction? How exactly did they make that determination?
Yeah, I mean, I think that there wasn't much doubt. There are programs, according to these folks, that exist to not just study these technologies, but attempt to reverse engineer them. There was some, disagreement or different levels of knowledge about the success in that. Certainly.
About the success in that? What, you don't know? It's a question? This guy talks like he's still in 7th grade. I'm surprised he doesn't say like every third word. Like, I don't know if I could even get this in there. Maybe I can. I don't know. When I was writing this book, it was hard. I just couldn't do it. And when I was doing it, it was shocking. Thanks, Shelley. It's Schellenberger. Whatever. Hey, you want to see the first hovercraft ever made? It's either forgotten or we didn't know about it. Check this out. Actually, it comes from Tesla. Tesla invented this. I know. Wow. Wow. Watch this. You ready? 5, 4, 3, 2. Question.
The video you see on the screen right now, it's from the 1950s. People speak about anti-gravity. It's not anti-gravity, it's electromagnetic levitation. And it's the type of technology that they had in the Second World War, and of course, way before in the 19th and 18th and 17th centuries. It's what we wrongly understand as Tartaria or Tartary. It's not that, it's beyond that, it's more than that. But for the sake of understanding, the reset of humanity and what happened to the previous civilization that built.
That's what I said. I said that earlier. What happened to the previous civilizations? He just said the same exact thing we talked about. I've never watched this before. That's amazing to me. What previous civilizations in extinction level events, the technology was lost. We may have found it. And this is from the 50s.
The Americas and Europe and what we call today Russia and Siberia. So yeah, this is kind of like everything is electromagnetism. Everything is like extracting the energy from the ether, which was forbidden.
All right, let me tell you. The only way disclosure. All right, let me start over. Tomorrow happens, right? Let's say tomorrow. Today, tomorrow. And disclosure, when the president of the United States gets together with all other countries, I'm not talking about a UN meeting or anything. This is a special meeting for all countries. That's when you know alien disclosure is nearing. Because you're going to want the whole world on your side. You're going to need the support of every leader. And we're going to have to make a deal with them. That's going to be the reason for talking with every country. How many are there? 200? Whatever it is. Any leaders that are our, even adversaries, but most of our allies, whatever, even the enemies, we got to let these people know, hey, shit's about to hit the fan. What do you mean, shit fan? What is this talk? Just put your earphones on and get the translation, will you? Shit's about to hit the fan. Aliens are going to kill us. Aliens are nash dedo. Huh? Aliens nash dedo. The aliens gonna kill us? Yes, and they're on their way. And we've got to come up with a plan, man. We got to get the world on our side. Are you in, fellas? What's the plan? I don't know. That's why I'm sitting here with you. But we've got to let the world know these aliens are coming. That's when you'll know disclosure is near. When we start having talks with everybody at the same time. Not just China, not just France, not just the people in your underpants, everybody. That's when you know. You'll see. And it won't happen anytime soon. The reason that has to happen, you're going to need the support of all the other countries. You're going to want to know what they know. And what we're going to do as America, who's going to be in control of the false flag alien invasion or the real invasion, or disclosure, when that begins, you'll know. You'll know. They're going to be meeting every week. It's going to be frequent. Nobody's going to know. It's going to be so secret. We may not even know they're having the meetings, even though people say, Air Force One just took off again. People are going to see that shit. That's when you know disclosure's coming. Either that or they're planning on doing something horrible to the planet. But not only would it be horrible, it would be to save the planet at the same time. So you need That's the only two reasons I think you would get together with all the countries for an emergency meeting. Let me tell you this. That meeting will happen in the ocean. Well, on top of it. Yeah. You want to know why? Sign of good faith. If we go out in the ocean with all of them and get all our boat, not every country has a navy, sir. Damn it. Forget that. How about the North Pole? Can we go to the North? No. How about the South Pole? Can we meet everybody? Everybody good with the South Pole? No, not everybody can make it there, sir. How many countries can't make it to the South Pole? Put your hands up. 140. What's wrong with you, sir? The United States military contracts are worth more than the first 180 countries, sir. We're just out of money. You've got it all, sir. You're right, I'm sorry. Anyway, the aliens are coming, we're all fucked. What do you say we get out of here and get a beer, huh? That's gonna happen, you'll see. Mark my words, whenever that happens, disclosure is near. I tell you, that is the truth. All right, let's get out of here. Tomorrow, we'll be back, believe it or not, at 7 p.m. I want to thank the moderators and the super chatters. What a fantastic night. I know it was a little difficult, but I think you did a good job. If you have any questions, just email me. If you have any sightings or interesting stories or want a guest, be a guest, have a guest, you can always email me at goofonradio@gmail.com. I'm not kidding about that. You can always send it to there. No dots, please. You send me a dot, I don't reply. So we'll be back tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Thank you, newcomers. Thank you, veterans, for making this a lovely place for the people who want a place that's lovely. Thank you for making the chat room fun. And we do truth out. Oh, that's truthology for ufology. For you. For you. For me. See you tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. We'll talk a little more about aliens and UFOs. Until then, enjoy the rest of your Christmas. This was a lot of fun. I'm glad you made it. I'm glad we did it. We'll see you tomorrow night. Be good to everybody. Be good to yourself, and alien bless.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. God have mercy on your soul.